Hello, welcome to the show. I don't know if it's going to last. Apparently, we're having connection issues. I'm online right now, though, so if it kicks me off, I'll just keep logging back on and see what happens. Maybe it'll get better. I do apologize if there's any choppiness. Apparently, me and new phones don't get along too good. I screwed around Monday night. Had a great podcast, had a great read, and then deleted it on accident. Lost that show, so I'm going to have to go back and do Monday night again next Sunday night. So there's that. I'll do it a second time. That way we have it for posterity. And maybe it'll let me stay connected for a little while. I've got 3 bars, so I should be able to be connected. Thank you for the like, whoever's watching. It's been a rainy day today. Rainy all afternoon. Started raining at about 3 o'clock and hadn't let up yet. I don't think it's raining at the moment, but it just stopped if it did. If it's not raining, it just stopped. I don't hear it, so it may be no longer raining. Anyway, welcome to the post almost 400 shows show of the year. That's what we're doing here tonight. Celebrating 400 episodes. What's happening, Diego? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome to a Wednesday night. I'm doing fine. How about yourself? Having a grand old day. Good times. It's good to see you out and about. We did a pretty good read on Monday night and then accidentally deleted the whole show. So I've got to do it again. So Sunday we'll be doing the same thing we did Monday over so that we've got it. I hate it when that happens. It's only happened to me once in 400 episodes. I accidentally deleted my show. You have some more rebuttals for me soon. Well, send them my way, and if I can get into it, I'll do it. You know how it works. It's got to be something that piques my interest. It's got to be short and sweet. It ain't got to be short, but, put together well. And preferably not somebody else's debate. I really want you to destroy some atheists. Well, they're just doing a fine job of destroying themselves, but I'll help out. But you know how it is. Takes all kinds to make the world go round, even the crazy ones. They just need to be reminded every now and then. And I don't mind telling them who they are. But I'd be glad to. I've been looking for something new to do anyway. Getting ready to up the content ante. Going to be doing some more things here in the near future. I've been working on it anyway. Getting there. Now that I've got me a decent phone that I can actually save stuff to, the memory card actually works in this phone, and it's got some decent memory, so I can actually do some filming and stuff. It's going to be nice. That coupled with my cameras, we should be able to produce some pretty decent footage. One thing I'm going to film, I'm getting ready to play a show as a drummer in a rock and roll band, and I've got to prepare for that. So I figured I'd film my rehearsals, give you guys a glimpse into a musician's life in a way that you don't normally get to see. It'll be interesting. People here, I doubt it. But maybe. But I doubt it. But maybe. Could be. Anyway, people get to see me perform all the time, but very, very few people get to see the rehearsal side. The pulling the hair out and getting all the parts right and memorizing things. Ooh. Spellbinding, I'm telling you. Hey, April, how are you, sweetheart? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. You look lovely as always. Welcome to the post almost 400 shows show of the year. That's what we're doing here today, talking about 400 episodes of this show that I've done. I am fine. How are you, sweetheart? I've been on there for 400 episodes. That's a lot. That's a lot for a major TV show. That's about 5 seasons. MVTV. What's happening, brother? Well, if April Rain is here, I'll come out of the background. Yo, all. Hi, Jake. Well, hi, MVTV. Welcome. Glad to see you. Hope you're keeping your vigilante work clean and precise and getting all them TVs. Don't let them get away, especially them little black and white ones. Don't let them get away with that shit. Hey, congratulations. Yeah, 400 shows. You've been here for every one of them. Almost. Woohoo. Back at you. Yeah, okay. It's been a wild ride. I've had a good time so far. Not once have I felt bored or complacent, despondent. And oddly enough, not ran out of anything to say, which I thought would happen about 200 episodes ago. It hasn't. Apparently, I like talking. I'm drinking a nice brisk tea. It's nice. Congratulations too. Okay, April. Thank you, sir. Now let's see if we can do 800. Yeah, you've missed a couple here and there, but not too many. You've been here for most of them. And by the way, that's only counting this iteration of the podcast. That's not counting the ones that I did before, the previous podcast. I don't know how many of those there are. Might be 20 or 30 of them. I'm not exactly sure. I did 2 seasons, so. Anyway, this next set of 400 episodes is going to be much more exciting because I've got some things in store for you down the road that I don't want to talk too much about and give it away, but we're getting there. Hayfield's being cut now and smells great. Like freshly cut grass. I don't know what a hayfield smells like, but I know what like corn and tobacco and all that stuff. Cotton fields and grass. Lots and lots of grass. We got lots of fields around here, but they all got corn in them. We are where the corn does grow. Like sweet grass. But I'm from Florida, so that's kind of in my DNA, that and cow shit. Oddly enough, cow shit has a good smell to it. If you're from that area, you can appreciate that. It don't smell good, but it smells like home. You know what I mean? It's a familiar thing. Cow shit is not the same thing as pig shit or horse shit or any other kind of shit that I can think of. But cow shit has a particular odor to it that's homey. I don't know how to explain it. Must be the redneck in me. I grew up around cow pastures, so it don't smell bad. You compare it to the smell of any other kind of shit, you'll know what I'm talking about. Where I live now, there's some pig farms down the road, and them things are awful, wretched smelling things. I was out collecting some for the garden. Good stuff. Yes, it's very good fertilizer. And I think the reason it smells a certain way is because it's mostly hay. Like cows eat a lot of grass. So it don't have typical things in their gut like other animals do that eat almost anything. Pigs will eat anything. Anything. But I think cows just eat grass. And that's why it smells a certain way. And it also has a certain consistency to it. Pigs, no way. Uncle had a pig farm, and we had to scrape lots of pens. Then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Worse than human. Yes, it is. It's worse than many things. I can't think of anything that smells worse than a pig farm. But cow shit, I'd pick it up and put it on my nose. It wouldn't hurt me at all. It wouldn't bother me a bit. Waller it in my hands. We used to throw them at each other when we were teenagers, have cow patty fights. I mean, it is shit, but it don't smell like it. Dan Barker's Oxford debate. I'll look into it. Pioneer Frisbees. Yeah. Summer hats. I don't know what a CA and a Lala is. I don't know those people. That's a Yo family kind of thing. Ka and Lala. But they had a farm and you remember being on it. Got it. Your brother and you saw pigs mating, and it was hilarious. That's great about going too fast. Hold on. Getting handed this ranch. Echoes of the good farm things. Even though I have no clue what's going on, you'll get there. Don't worry about that. I didn't watch, I just ran away laughing. Are you trying to convince me of that or yourself? I don't care if you watched it or not. He's a former pastor who apostatized. That's Daddy's mom and dad, the Hatchets. Gotcha. I'll look into him, Diego, see what he's got. If it's a worthy task, I'll take him on. I've met them once or twice, but I don't really know them. I wouldn't recognize them if I saw them, but I know who you're talking about. And I didn't know they ran the truck stop. I thought your mom worked there when I was a kid. That can be hilarious. You ought to see whales try to do it. They don't have arms. They can't hold on tight, and they can't talk, so they can't say scoot over. That's really funny. And they're in water, so they have to do it while floating. Hilarious. Anyway, being on a farm is a nice thing. It's also a lot of work. They passed away several years ago. Sorry to hear that. If you're going to be on a farm, you best be prepared to get up with the chickens and go to bed with the chickens, because you're going to be working the rest of the time. There's a lot of work, a lot of effort goes into a farm. I always got something to fix. I always got something to do. I always got something to improve. And that's just a farm. If you put animals on it, then you really got to work. Because now you got to feed them and take care of them and keep them penned in and keep the coyotes off of them and all kinds of stuff. This is the family's 1860 homestead. Fields littered with hundreds of years of machines left in place. Wow. That's fantastic. You might be able to make you some money selling some of those machines, unless they're just rusted completely to pieces. Or do you have plans to revive the farm? Or are you just using it for land? Are you planning on working the land? And what do you hope to grow? Buckshot would notice in 2 seconds to shoot me. Honoring it as well. We'll try to drag some back to the complex. I hear you. Why would he shoot you if they're your machines? Didn't you inherit the land? So that stuff all belongs to you. Unless, of course, it's on his land. Have corn, sunflowers, lettuce, pumpkins, and potatoes. But small gardens, just me. Must mow every day, I bet. I bet. If you got a lot of land, I'd say it would take every day to get it mowed. I just about can't keep up with my yard, and it ain't but an acre. I own 2 acres of land in 2 different states. Hilarious, I know. One of them is just gone by the wayside. It's just a piece of property. It would take a year to be able to live there. Hey, Kev. Had to pull over to get you on the tube. I am in. What's up, brother? Oh, this family owned the whole valley, now flanked by Custer National Forest. Sold some to this rancher in Wonder. He mows 45 acres like your own lawn. He knows each little hill, machine, or bump. Wow. Kevin says, I'm driving and I can't talk much. That's all right, you're here. That's what matters. That sounds very nice, MVTV. Yo, Kevin Cox. Well, it's nice to know that you got something anyway. If you have kids or if you plan to have kids, to leave my children. Other than that, I could care less. Diego, where are you? Says April. Methinks Tennessee. I'm here outside of my house, says Diego. Relaxing. That's what I'm doing right now, relaxing with my buddies. Yep, Tennessee. That's what I thought. Good old Tennessee. It's a beautiful country out there. I'm not a big fan of North Carolina, though I live here. It's too, I don't know, white dirt. I like red clay. Too much white dirt around here. Sandy. A certain attorney was lousy. Well, that sounds like good conversation. Now that's country. I want to visit one day. Well, come on, buddy. I'll put you up. Actual trees more than pines or cottonwoods. It looks fantastic in pictures. Well, there's a lot of pine trees around here, too. MVTV, Jake, and y'all all missed one hell of a Wandering Hippie karaoke show. It was fun, and I watched them sing songs back in the day. LOL, it was a great time. Sounds like fun. Well, who was the attorney, Diego? All right, well, what's the point in bringing it up if you won't tell us who you're talking about? We don't know who it is. Is there a punchline? Or a moral? No footage? Sounds great. Well, I imagine he's got footage on his channel. It's probably in his archives. You might be able to check it out after you watch this show. If I could still sing, I'd be glad to do some stuff like that, but I can't sing anymore, so I got to get it where I can get it. Okay. Apparently, he's talking about one of my debunking videos from back several months ago. Apparently one of those guys was an attorney. I can't imagine it. As easy as it was to destroy him, I can't imagine him being an effective attorney. I don't even know the law, and I can run circles around those guys. Yes, I remember. There are a lot of pretentious people in the world. That's a fact. People just ain't living. They're too busy fighting. That's a big problem with the world. Which I don't mind being part of that fight, but get kind of sick of it. There's a time and place for everything, I suppose. But it's always nice to do a debunking video about once a year. Show them who's real boss. It's about time to do another one. I'm going to look into that guy you mentioned earlier and see what he's got going on. If he's a worthy opponent, I'm not going to do any more easy targets, but if he's worthy, I'll do it. What does that mean? You don't know what intolerance, smugness, and dishonesty means? It means he has no tolerance, he's smug, and tells lies all the time. It's pretty self-explanatory. I learned trying to embarrass attorneys with their own mission statements is a losing situation, especially with federal prosecutors and judges. Well, I don't mind taking on attorneys, but I don't want to do it in court because that whole thing is fixed. In my case, I can't speak for every case or every attorney, but in my case, the situation was settled before I ever walked in. I didn't have a chance coming out the gate. There was nothing I could have said or done that would have made any difference. So I have very little respect for that sort of thing. But it didn't help because I still lost. And the cost of that loss was great. And it is all a money game. And I didn't have any money, so I was on my own. Got a ticket in Glacier for not having a permit. I tried for weeks to get the permit. No rangers due to staffing. One lied. Caught her in it, but it did not fly in court. And I was banned from the park for a year. Ouch. The attorney I'm talking about, Jake, debunked a book he wrote by reading a rebuttal done by a professor. Okay. Well, that's true. That was the one that was so dumb. He just about turned me off from debunking videos because it's so easy to beat. It wasn't even a challenge. I say if you write a book about a subject, you should probably know what you're talking about. But that's just me. I stand on the side of reason and knowledge. Apparently, that's not a prerequisite anymore. A lot of people bandying around words like science and facts, but ain't a whole lot of people using any of those things. And when I get my ire up, I have a tendency to really knock it to some people. And it's fun. It's fun to watch and it's kind of fun to do. But I don't want to do it all the time. How do I rebuttal to Dan Barker if you don't have your old internet back? Well, donate some money to the channel and maybe I can get it cut back on. I got to make a living. Other than that, you'll just have to wait till I can earn the money to do it. It's the only thing I know to tell you. It'll eventually happen. But right now, I'm juggling quite a few things and not doing a whole lot of work. But I got a whole bunch of things to do right now, land taxes and such like that. So, internet is on the back burner for the time being. Hell, I got several things wrong in my last book, but I made it very clear to expect that. It was about hauntings, rumors, etc. that changed all the time. That's interesting. I didn't know you wrote books. I'd be interested in reading some of your work. When I got here, our internet co-op told me about the ACP program that cuts up to 40% off your net bills. I don't think we have a program like that around here, and if we do, I haven't heard anything about it, but I'll look into it. This is just a case of having a big bill and not being able to pay it, that's all. It's not like any shenanigans or anything. I just didn't pay the bill because I had other things I had to pay for, and it slipped by the wayside. But I'll eventually get it cut back on, and I'll eventually finish the repairs to my house. I've been flooded twice here, so I've had to completely rebuild the house very slowly because now lumber is crazy expensive. It didn't used to be, but it is now. So it's a very slow process. And I left my house for about 2 years when I was going through that court stuff we were talking about. I was living uptown in an apartment, so I was closer to all the action. And while I was gone, a pipe burst and destroyed my floor all the way through the house. I didn't have any idea that it had happened until about a year later. By that time, it was too late. The damage was done. So I've had to completely gut the house out and rebuild it, cabinets and all. So if you wonder why I'm strapped, that's why. Then trying to keep a car under me, which I can't seem to do. I own 2 trucks and both of them are in the shop. That's what you get for buying cheap junk. I qualified just due to being out of town. They also offer $100 to get a new tablet. Hey, Jake, I sent you a copy in email of my last book. Thank you, sir. I'll check it out. It's going to take more than you to get that house fixed. That's a lot of work, Jake. Well, it's going to take me because I'm the only person here, but it's going to take a while because it's a lot of work. Yes, it is a lot of work. And it's expensive work. It's not cheap to buy the shit to do all that with. So I got to buy it one piece at a time, very slow. But it's getting there. I'm about halfway. Yes, it is. And work you have to know how to do, I'd be useless. Well, I know how to do it, but knowing how don't mean nothing if you can't afford it. That's like being your own lawyer. It's kind of dumb. But that's the breaks. Them's the breaks, boys. That's how it works. And by the way, when I went to court, I did run circles around the 5 lawyers that were against little old me without nothing more than a public defender. And I ran circles around them, but they didn't appreciate it. They don't like being outsmarted. So they got, do you have to like me to find out that I'm right? Apparently so. But what they were attacking had me all kinds of mad, and you don't want to see me when I'm mad. It's not pretty. And they know exactly how to push those buttons. The shed, workshop, and barn here also have 100 years of old tools. Ooh, I'd love to get my hands on some of that. They knew how to take care of business. 2 old welding outfits, a 1920s GMC cobbled into a bale hoist. Ooh, nice. I'd love to get my hands on some of them old tools. I love old tools. I prefer old tools to new ones most of the time. They just work better. I've got some old tools here. I got some new tools too, but I need a good welding machine. That's one thing I don't have is a good welding machine. I got one, but it was flooded, so I don't think it works anymore. I've got a little cheap, like a, what you call a flux feeder. It has a wire that goes through the edge of it. You know what I'm talking about? I've got one of those Harbor Freight deals, but it ain't a very good welding machine. It's just for little things, you know, jewelry and stuff that don't require a lot of foot-pounds. First thing I tripped over was a 1891, I think, automatic corn seed planter. It looks like a small bellows with blades and a wooden box hopper. Yep, hoppers, that's what they call those things. It hooks on the back of a tractor or something. I think we got one something like that around here. I've got a 40s model Allison Chamberlain tractor out there. And I used to have the plows and all that went onto the back of it. But I don't know if I still got that stuff or not. I think somebody came in and got some of the metal out of the back of my yard, and that might have went with it. But if I still got it, it's over there in the backyard there. Big plow hooks on the back of that tractor. And the tractor, as far as I know, it runs, but I hadn't tried to crank it. It's been sitting for like 10 years, so it probably needs some mechanicking. Now, that's something I don't know a whole lot about, mechanicking. I know how to fix my bike, and that's about it. You know, whatever I can glean from YouTube. No, you carry it. Jam blades in the ground. I got it. Automatic. Drops the seed from the box, and you go on without bending down. I got you. It's rated for 4 acres a day. Also, have what you're talking about, I think. Yeah, it's just a mechanized hopper. Put it on the back of the tractor, and it rolls along and drops the seeds out. You got the handheld one. Interesting. Geez, poor tractor. Yeah. It's a beautiful tractor, though. It looks like something out of a magazine. It's just old, like everything else around here, including me. I don't really need it, though. I've only got 1 acre of land. If I had it running, I don't know what I'd do with it. Drive it around in circles. About all I could do with it. But I guess it's nice to have a tractor. I got a couple smaller tractors, like lawnmower type tractors, that I can do stuff around the yard with. Yes, April, I tripped. Behind it was a salt glaze, tall jug that turned out to be a German import. Freaking seltzer water from the 1860s. Wow. I bet you got all kinds of neat shit in that barn. I'd love to go through it. That's one of my favorite things to do is go through old barns, find all kind of stuff. Y'all excuse me for 1 minute. I got to go talk to a man about a horse. I'll be right back. And he's back. That's what you call a pee break, folks. Sorry, I'm caffeinated. But they have a riding lawn tractor. Keep inside when the real tractors go by. Of course, no, April, I trip a lot. All good. It's dark in there. You should go get on the road show with those guys who buy antique stuff. It's awesome. Yeah. Some people collect that kind of stuff. And if you know who to talk to, you can get a pretty penny for some of it. But you might be one of those guys that collects that kind of stuff and you don't want to sell it. I don't collect things, I just accumulate things. I got so much junk around here, I barely got room to live. It's all just stuff. Hell, I got 10 guitars in my bedroom. 10 guitars, 2 basses, and 2 pianos. 5 computers. What else is in here? A big amplifier. I feel it would dishonor the grace of being here. These are the actual tools that they use to carve out the place and survive. Plus, I never get away with anything. What do you mean get away with? Isn't it your stuff? You wouldn't be getting away with it. Unless it's not your stuff. Are you just squatting? Is that what you're telling me? Are you just caretaking? If that's the case, I wouldn't get rid of nothing because it ain't yours. And plus, you're right. That is the stuff they use to live there. Probably wouldn't be a good idea to remove it from the property if you're sentimental about that sort of thing, which I totally understand that. Ooh, a bench piano too. Well, more or less. I was told it was mine. They don't seem to be concerned one whit, however. Well, if they're not concerned, I wouldn't worry about it. And if it's yours, you can do with it as you please, whether that be sell it or save it. If I were in your position and I felt the way you felt about it, it might be better for you to restore some of that stuff and set it up like a museum. Maybe let people come by and browse through and see the kind of cool stuff you got. Might could even charge admission. Make it like a roadside attraction. That might be something you'd be interested in. They have a giant dump site across the deep grass. Able to visit once and vintage unbroken bottles everywhere. A 1950s embossed Coke bottle right there at my feet. That will be dug up. Yep. Sometimes you just have to let the hammer loose. Yep. Yes, I agree. I'll preserve and protect. I think that might be a better move for you, especially if you feel that way about it. That's extraordinary. How cool. Yeah, it is kind of neat. Them old Coke bottles, they ain't around anymore. You really got to dig. My mama used to drink those when I was in diapers. I remember it. Listen to old Kev thinking he's Thor. He might be Thor. You never know. There were real ghosts in those Maysville cabins. One for sure that haunted my place and has been an issue since. Well, I have feelings about that sort of thing. I'll keep them to myself. He's a peacock. I can tell you how to solve that problem, though, if you're interested. It's a very simple phrase. It'll fix what ails you. OMG, it sounds horrific, MVTV. Well, that's the thing about that sort of thing. Okay, it's like having an open mind about UFOs, then having one land in your yard. Aliens, get out and wave. The book covered it. Entire weeks of connected events with intelligence. Undeniable. Well, I'd like to see that. I've been looking for that my whole life. I'm definitely going to read your book. That being said, all things being equal, one man's undeniable is another man's, well, that's utterly ridiculous. But I'll read the book. I'm interested. You got me. You got me hooked. I want to know. I'm an inquiring mind and I want to know. If you had a UFO land in your yard and get out and wave, I want to see the pictures. And yes, I realize you were using that as a metaphor, and so was I. I believe in evil spirits. I do not believe in ghosts. I don't have a closed mind. If you can show me one, I'll look. But I'd like to see it. Too much information alert. Loud bangs, noises for years. I'm there, waking an entire kitchen and being upended in noise. An old mirror was told to show lights within. Okay. I'm going to need a little more than noise, obviously. Because, you know, did you see that? There it is again. I'm pretty sure something alive did that. Did you see it? There it is again. So I need more than noise, but an aberration I'd like to see. A physical manifestation of a paranormal event. If you can show me that, I'm in. So after that, I go get the mirror out of the creepy 1890 hallway to see these. Too scared to go there at night. Behind was a hidden cache of pioneer maps and letters. Ooh, interesting. Those probably worth something. Any type of old maps and old letters, there's value in those things because they don't make them anymore. Whoa. Ectoplasm. I'd settle for some ectoplasm, including the suicide note of a family boy from years ago. Tracked down Nane's last descendant. Told me they never found a note and thought it was hidden. The note said, "No one's sweetheart anymore." Oh, that's terrible. Maps are cool like the Goonies, but in BFE on land. No, not like the Goonies. Most maps don't lead to treasure ships. Most maps are just maps. I have lots of problems with the Goonies. For example, you remember that scene in the Goonies with the pipes under the ground? How come the people that laid them pipes didn't find the treasure? They were right there in the room with it. Is Steven Spielberg trying to tell me that pipes lay themselves? And this only after I found a note that sounded like someone had romantic trouble. Did not describe. Then she said, well, he shot himself because of a car wreck injury. Oh, come on. Everybody let me have my dream. You can have it. You're welcome to it. Goonies treasure map it is. There are, oddly enough, real treasures out there that have yet to be found. Hey, babe, I'm at Gators, says Kevin. He felt he could no longer be anybody's sweetheart, almost word for word, almost done. Family came here in 1880. Store in Silver City. So when taking this to the family to return, ... Dun, dun, dun. I'm intrigued. And you talk as long as you want to. Say whatever you want to on this podcast. I had a weird feeling to go in the garage, plucked out a board from lumber pile for no reason. What the F? Turned it over and labeled the family store. Are you saying the piece of wood that you picked up was a label, like a sign for the family store? That's what I'm guessing you meant by that. Or maybe like a side of a shipping crate. This is the only relic from our family store, our greatest treasure, reported later. Old crate, J.E. Julian Silver City Mount, I'm sure, says April. That's fascinating. When I was a teenager, I was given a silver mine in Butte, Montana. I looked for it on the internet and never could find it. I have no idea if it's valuable or not, and I have since lost the title to the place. I'm sure it's around here somewhere, but I wouldn't know where to look for it. But apparently I own a silver mine somewhere in Montana. P.S. The map was incredible, but zero treasure note. Yeah, I figured there was no treasure. Recall the name? I can find it through Bureau of Mines. No, I don't remember the name now. I was a teenager when my grandma gave it to me. Apparently one of her late husbands owned it. And it was passed along. TTE, I think is how you spell it. Butte Boys. Butte, Montana. That's interesting, MVTV. Sure was a good story. No, it's not in my name. That's it. B-U-T-T-E. Butte is classic. Okay. Well, it might have some value to it. No, it was handed to me in a Ziploc bag, and it's a title to the property. Or mine. I don't know how that works. And I was asked to find out about it. And then my grandma died and left me with it. Now, I don't know where it's at now, but somewhere around here, there's a title to a mine in Butte. And the name of the company was Butte Boys. So if you can find out anything about them, if they still exist, that'd be interesting. I might be motivated to tear everything apart looking for it if I found out it still existed. Butte is an ultimate mining town in Montana, copper mostly. Home of the largest pit mine in a while. Well, this was a silver mine, from what I remember. I would imagine that whoever owns it or whoever has it has taken ownership of it and have been using it for years, probably used it up a long time ago. If they ever found anything. I don't know that they ever found anything. I just know it was a mine. There's only one. And that's all I know about it. I never could find out any information, but this was a little ways before Facebook and all that came out, so I could probably find out now, but I've lost the title. I don't know where it's at. It's probably in a book or something, tucked away somewhere around here. It might have been thrown out. Who knows? We have been flooded twice. My sister might have it because she likes old documents and stuff, so she may have it. I don't know. Wouldn't that be some shit to find out I was a millionaire sitting on a silver mine worth billions of dollars? I doubt that would ever happen, though. I'm not that lucky. Matter of fact, I'd lay money on the fact that because I have it, it's worthless. Lots of obscure resources used when snooping in Marysville mining district. Interesting. An investigation. Yes. Oh, come on. Well, it's true. I'm just calling it like it is. I'm not being pessimistic. I just don't have good luck in that way. If I bought 500 lottery tickets, I would lose 500 lottery tickets worth of money. It ain't meant for me to be that kind of winner. I'm a winner in other ways. I watched the Ted Bundy tapes on Netflix. I bet that was interesting. Sports update. Kevin Cox. Tampa Bay. True American Devil Rays. 4. And the Boston Baked Bean Communist Red Sox won after 8 innings. Go Devil Rays. I wouldn't be egging on the devil, but okay. G. Found it. Jake. And it's a bust. Oh well. Holy hell. Where's my pick and shovel? You hung up, didn't you? Yep. Conversations with a Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes. Yeah, I've heard about him. I didn't ever watch it because I don't like killers, true crime shit for some reason. I think they're all plotting to kill us. I think that's why. All trying to find out how to get away with it. At least my ex-wife was that way, I'm sure. Boo. Hey, April. Knock, knock. Hatch. Bless you. Gesundheit. Yep. I did that. take this badge from me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Yeah. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Yeah. Mama, take this gun from me. I can't shoot it anymore. Big black cloud is coming down. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. 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 Mama, wipe this blood off my face. You know I can't see too good anymore. God, I've been searching so long. I've been searching for a better place. I guess that's why I've been knocking on heaven's door. Sports update. Minor league baseball team in Savannah, Bananas, lead by 5 in 6 innings. Oh yeah, they're playing wearing kilts tonight. Let's go Bananas. I think they went bananas. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door, yeah. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door, yeah. There you go, folks. A little rock and roll for you. Set the mood. Won't you do me a favor? Hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you get notifications of when I'm going to be online and when my new videos drop. Smash the like button. It's free. It's right in front of you. It takes no effort at all. All you got to do is go boop, and that's it. And it really does help this channel with the algorithm, so I greatly appreciate that. Share this video with people you love. Better yet, share it with people you don't love. Bring them into the family. Make it part of the fold. Be part of their solutions, not part of their problems. Leave comments down below and let me know what you're thinking about. Question me, curse me, bless me, challenge me, confront me, conform with me. Drink my Kool-Aid. Drink your own Kool-Aid. As long as you're thinking critically, that's what I want. Critical thought coming from that brain of yours. And hey, if you dig the musician, you like what I'm doing here, you can see the value in what I'm trying to build. Won't you consider supporting this channel and maybe just patting me on the back and saying, hey, nice job, Jake. You can do that. You can support this channel by going to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. PayPal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. Every little bit helps. It's a win-win. It's a blessing to me. It's a blessing to you too, because God notices these things. We do live in a reciprocal universe. Give and you shall receive. Knock and the door shall be opened. Ask and you shall be answered. Give and you shall receive. That's how it works. So, with that, I will take your requests, comments, criticisms, catharsis, anything you got to say, because it's about that time. Sounds good, Jake. Thank you, sweetheart. Yay. So has Kev. Another sports update. I read that. MVTV, did you leave me? I got to go meet Kevin now. I'll be driving, y'all, but I'm listening to you. Good evening and safe travels, ma'am. Oh, you're still here. You hadn't left me just yet, have you? Somebody's still here. It might just be Kevin and April. Well, it's that time of the hour anyway. We made it this far. Might as well call it a night. I love you guys, and I'll see you on Friday. We'll do something special on Friday because it'll be the show before the show. That is the 400 show, which will be a Sunday, apparently. And by the way, if you're listening, Monday night I had a fantastic read. Excellent Bible study. And when I went to upload the video, I accidentally deleted it. So that's gone. I got to do it over. So we'll be doing it again Sunday. So if you missed it, tune in, refer back to it later. All right. I love you guys. When you go out into this world, be kind to one another. Show a little love. Let your little light shine. Show a little love, baby. Make everybody happy with you. That's what you do. And it makes the world a better place. That's what we need right now. More love, less hatred. More listening, less arguing. That's what we need. Thank you much. Love you, love you, love you. I love you too. I love you true. I love you all the ways that I do. I love you. Have a great night. And God bless everybody. And feed Jake. He's been a good dog. He's my best friend right through it all. So if you die before I wake, feed Jake. Feed Jake. Feed Jake. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.